by far one of the best ways to harness the flavor of truffles, truffle deviled eggs. And the magic is not in how you cook the eggs or how much truffle you add. The magic is pictured here. This is a traditional way of storing truffles in Europe. You put the truffles in a jar with eggs, the eggshell is porous, and the aroma of the truffle is so strong that it penetrates not the white, but the yolk because it's fat soluble. This is absolute magic. Store the eggs for a couple days with truffles in a jar in the fridge, and they're going to be ready to go, and it makes all the difference. To cook the eggs, I use a method that I improvised from J. Kenji Lopez Alt in his awesome book. After I read that book, I switched how my line cooks were cooking our hard boiled eggs for anything we were making. We lower the eggs into simmering water, and then we're going to set a timer, and then we're going to take some cold water. About halfway through, we're going to add some water to just adjust and help us moderate the temperature because we don't want it to be at a rolling boil. So we'll get that ready and then add that when the water is, bubbling up like that. Now we're going to add the cold water, and you just need to do that like once during the middle of cooking. And you can also see I have a towel in there. That's to help it so the eggs don't break when I lower them in. Then we're going to put the eggs into we're going to put some cold water on the eggs, but we're not going to chill them. The eggs must be room temperature when you're peeling them. That being said, even these eggs, sometimes I get them all perfect. Sometimes they're a little bit messed up. This time, the eggs, even though I'm using my method I've used for years, I had some that weren't perfect. Eggs are kind of a crapshoot sometimes. So I include that here so you can just see it's okay if they're not perfect. You're making deviled eggs with truffles on them. No one is going to care and no one's going to notice. So the eggs are at room temperature, they're warm, and the water is warm, and I'm just peeling those shells off, trying to get water underneath that membrane, underneath the shell, because that's what's going to help them remove really well. If it helps you to have water running while you do it, that's okay. They should look like that. Then obviously we're going to take all of the yolks out. And then for the whites, I'm actually going to wash them off in water. That's going to give you a nice clean result with no yolk stuck onto the white. Makes it look nice and clean. So just dry those off on a paper towel. And then we're going to cut some truffle. About half the truffle is going to go in and get pureed with the egg, and the rest is going to be saved for the garnish at the end. Put everything together, a little mayo, a spoon of mustard, some truffle, the egg yolks, and salt. Buzz it all up. If you are not experienced doing this in a food processor, probably better to do it in a bowl first. That's fine. Then we're going to take the mixture and pack it into a pastry bag with a fluted tip. And here's a trick for plating. We just put a little smidgen of the egg yolk mixture on the plate and then put the eggs on there. That makes the eggs stay put. Fill them up with some of the filling. Be generous. And then we top it with a little bit of julienne truffle because we want that truffle crunch. There you go. Truffle deviled eggs. Thanks for watching.